Haven't actually opened the game yet. It takes a while to skip all of this. Probably should have opened the game preemptively for this. It's fine. That didn't take that long. It felt like it took really long the first time I opened it. Before I started streaming it, I had to make sure it was running right, so, you know. Where did I leave off? I think I was in the middle of Chapter 2. Or, I'm sorry, Demise. What a cute drawing. That cursor snap can be really weird. So, from what I remember, I played as Mayu for a while, and now she's just fucking gone for some reason, so yeah, that's cool. I know that these two are like, my fucking left monitor just shut off again. Please don't do that. I know that these two are like the definitive Chapter 2 characters, but, like, Mayu. The faucet is rusted over, and the handle is spinning freely. It's unlikely any water will ever come out of these pipes again. I need to check the audio. And the handle is spinning freely. It's unlikely any water will ever come out of these pipes again. I need to check the audio. Alright, it's fine. Is it gonna say the same thing for every single one? Ooh. Upon twisting the handle, the tin shower head above spun slightly. Wait, what? Like that shower head turned? And a small bent piece of wire fell out of it onto the ground. This could come in handy. The faucet is rusted over and the handle spinning freely. Unlikely any water will ever come out of these pipes again. Here, let's read this in Darken. Check the third from the right. That's totally different from what was written there before. But I didn't read it. It must have some meaning. I already found it. I already found it. So, am I supposed to do something with this wire? I had to lower the bitrate on Twitch back down to 2000, but it's fine because this isn't really a bitrate heavy game. It's just a cursor moving around. There's a thoroughly decayed corpse lying here, practically melting away in the rain. Based on the height and uniform, it seems to have once been a male senior high school student. Ooh, no darkening yet. That's surprising. There's a comparatively fresh corpse floating in the pool. Looks to be based on a female middle school student. Back of her head seems to have been bashed in, revealing white skull and pink brain tissue through the parts in her hair. Well, that's nice. How am I not darkening from this? I just ate, so, like, you're gonna hear me make noises occasionally. I can't really help it, because the digestion is happening. How am I not darkening from this? Also, I find it funny how the rain is just solid lines. It probably doesn't look too good on stream, actually, because, well, you know. That was the door to the locker room. Okay. Okay! Let's try 4A. It wouldn't look good on stream because they're too thin, and the aliasing of the, resolution downsampling would, you know. I used to play all my games at 720p, but it's just too small. What a fucking shocker, the door is locked. I feel like my armrest used to go up higher. Also, I have a tape measure with me. Don't really know why I had to point that out. But, my armrest is, like, not high enough for my desk. So, like, I have to... Maybe if I raise my chair up a little bit? Hold on. This chair is already freakishly tall. Oh, that's a little better, yeah. No, it's not. I'm putting it back. I raised it by like half an inch. The door is locked tight. Maybe we can use that wire to pick the lock. Try it. Yosh! Gee. Time for the Grand Lockpick Championship. The audio and... Okay, it's the same. You kinda seem like a cat burglar right now. It's more like a jailbreak than a burgle. In our case, all we're trying to do is get the hell out of here. Good job. You did it? Fortunately, the lock was super old and not very complicated. Locks from the 40s, you know. Probably earlier. If you think about it, the school was built before that. Oh no. This isn't shaped like any classroom I've ever seen. Oh, you know what? This is the room where they first encounter the pulley system. The super long one? With the ghost kid? What? What did you just say? This room looks... It's just that this room is screwy. I mean, look at it. Ishinuma, have you ever said that before? No, of course you haven't, but No, I've been in here before. This is where we saw that little boy spirit, so she's aware of it too. Uh-oh. It is him! When the hell did he get here? Okay, so now Yoshki's aware of it. You can't go near him! We have to get out of this room immediately! There's something very wrong in here. Even I can tell that much. But look over there in the corner. There's something in there. I'm gonna go check it out. You stay here. If things start to get out of hand, just forget about me and make a break for it, okay? Put you in charge. Fine, go if you want. Just be careful. And whatever you do, make sure you don't look into the kid's eyes. Yeah, I'm sure you'll be fine. All it takes to not look in his eyes is not clicking on him. So that's exactly what I'm gonna do. His icy child-sized hands caught hold of my wrists and wouldn't let go. Try as I might, I couldn't shake him. Look, when the bad ending is that easy to get, might as well. When I came to, I found myself restrained. I couldn't move a muscle. I was lying face up on some kind of table with both my arms and both my legs firmly bound by rope? I guess. It was digging into my skin, whatever it was. I must have passed out or something. After Shinosaki specifically warned me not to look into his eyes, too. My head was the only part of my body that didn't have its movements prohibitively restricted, so I was able to look around the room to some extent. The walls and ceiling seemed to be made of dirt or mud. I didn't get the impression that I was in the school anymore. It looked and felt like I was in some basement room, or more specifically, a mine or a bomb shelter or something. Thick, gloppy bloodstain saturated every corner of the room, and the stench in the air was enough to send a shiver down the most hardened spine. It seemed fairly apparent what this room was used for, at least. It was apparent as it needed to be, but the scariest part was, I remembered this place. Or I had a nagging sense that I'd been here before. Much like Shinozaki had said about that weird classroom moments ago. I'm reading, and like my sinuses feel like they're resonating really weird, and it sounds super nasally. Maybe that's better? Oh, a little bit. No, not really. I don't think it's gonna get any better. What the hell is going on around here? I've got to figure out how to escape. Oh boy. Escape? But you already know that's impossible. Oh my god, that face! I love it! The voice belonged to a little girl who looked like she was right around 10 years old at most. She was wearing a red dress and staring at me through a mop of a messy black hair with a smirk on her face and a condescending glint in her eyes. I muttered a name without thinking, surprising myself. How did I know who this was? Or, more to the point, who was Sachiko? You remember me. I wasn't able to kill you last time, but I'm ready to see this through to the end now. And I'm gonna take my time with it too. I'm gonna make sure everything goes exactly the way I want it to. Take out your paper scrap. Why don't you shut the fuck up, you psychotic little brat? Oh, I think I just got pummeled. In the very next moment, everything around me seemed to go to white. Psychotic little brat, huh? Sachiko was now staring at me with a cold, unmoved, and unwavering expression. I was in more pain than I'd ever felt in my entire life. I focused my gaze on that filthy giant at her side, who seemed to be doing her bidding. Are those his lips or teeth? No, those are his teeth. Those are his lips? Ugh. His enormous hammer was still resting on the mess that was previously my right ankle up until a few seconds ago. I was all too aware that the extreme impact had pierced my flesh, shattering my bones and even sprayed the room with shards of marrow. This was beyond pain. Every last nerve ending in my body was on alert. I could feel the underside of my skin. Ugh, excuse me. I wanted to puke, but I knew it would do no good. I'm going to crush every last part of you, one after the other, from the tip of your toes on up. Go on then, keep going. I'll end with your face. Kind of a shame since you're such a cool looking guy, but I really want to see what you would look like with your eyes popped out. They're probably up to his like tibia area, fibula and tibula. You are very in my ear. Such a rebellion. Is the stereo reversed or something for this game? Because, like, she's on the right and she's speaking into my left ear. Such a rebellious stare. Let's see, what part of you gets smashed up next? I tried my best to stay strong and not give her the satisfaction of seeing me in pain or afraid. But in truth, I was scared out of my mind. All I wanted to do was shrink back in fear and agony. It took every fiber of my being to resist. Is that so? Well then, how about this? Hey, Blockhead, show our guest here what else we have in store for him. Okay. The red-eyed giant laid down his hammer, but rather than feeling relief, I was instead even more worried by Sachiko's sadistically overjoyed expression. Whatever could this be? I was flabbergasted. I couldn't even speak. Oh. No. Shinosaki! There you go. That's what I like to see. Isn't it horrible? Don't you just hate us? Wouldn't you just love to kill us? But Sachiko is merciful, so she's not going to kill you just yet. Should you ever change your tune from I'm going to kill you to kill me please, just let me know and I'll be happy to oblige. As she said this, she drew my face in close and I could feel her tiny cold lips sucking the tears from my cheek. And should your hatred die away before that happens, you might just become another part of me. Well, that wasn't very gruesome. She was just like, you're doomed, you're done, kid. And that's it. That was the second wrong ending? Well, I guess if I get the wrong ending with Mayu in the, you know, entranceway. That was completely worth it just to see that face of hers. Probably couldn't hurt to pull this, right? As long as Ayumi is still in the room. That makes sense. Did that do anything? I don't know. Just get back here. With pleasure. So Ayumi is with me, right? What door is that? Here? Or was that the custodian's room? Nope. It's here. Bilg de Super? It appears to have opened a trapdoor on the wall, just wide enough for a person to fit through. Looks like this goes somewhere. I don't like it though. It gives me the creeps. Even more than the pool or that classroom. Yeah, but there's a chance it might lead outside. Go in. Alright, I'll go first and make sure it's safe. You wait here. No way am I letting you go by yourself. When it comes to ghosts and curses, you're about as clueless as they come. So this is the custodian's room. Okay. It's a small chest of some sort. The heck is this? It's a small, finely detailed accessory case made from tortoise shell. What, is tortoise shell one word? Its design is long outdated, but the quality of the craftsmanship suggests it must have been very expensive back in its day. Slightly shaking it produces a loud, distinct rattle. There's definitely something in there, and based on the sound of the light weight of this thing, it's gotta be really tiny. Not sure if we'll need whatever it is, but we might as well take it with us just in case. A noise from inside the closet. I'd quickly turn around to find Shinozaki excitedly mumbling something to herself in a low tone. Her whole body was slanted with her head leaning against the wall, and she was completely focused on one specific section of the empty floor.
Shinozaki?
What do you mean? Should I have not taken this chest or something? What's wrong? Shinozaki began repeatedly banging her head against the wall. Sounds like something else, but okay. The motion was almost rhythmic. This said something else. As if in time with the ticks of a clock or a metronome. Hey, cut it out! The hell is wrong with you? Always you do this. What was it you said? Because we're friends? Well, I can take care of myself. What's with that look? You hold up just a second! My throat is burning up. Oh, it stinks, it's rancid. I have to run. Why would you do this to me? You're my sister. Well, you can die too. She's gone. After stumbling around almost drunkenly for a few moments, Shinozaki suddenly took off running. She leaped through the trapdoor and out into the hall. I think I'm about to get the hiccups. Uh-oh. The hell was that all about? Wait, this is no time to be standing around. I have to go find her. What? She's certainly an interesting specimen. Who's there? Uh-oh. I'm not certain where she came from, nor when or how she got here. She seemed to be about the same age as me. She looked mostly normal, but her eyes were much less vibrant than they should have been, appearing flat and lifeless like those of a dead fish. Her name was Naho Sainoki. How do you know that? I guess you could say I'm a medium come writer come high school student. Or something like that. Or I was, anyway, when I was alive. You were alive? Are you telling me you're a ghost? Regrettably, that's exactly what I am. Are you one of that little bastard's friends, then? What the hell did you do to Shinozaki? Why did you trap us here in the first place? Oh my, I think there's been a misunderstanding. I, like you, am essentially a victim. Though there's a little more to it than that, of course. Oh, so you were trapped here too, then? And you, more importantly right now, the girl who just ran off out of here seems to have quite a gift. Wait, please. If you wish to have a place at her side for a long time to come, I believe it would be advantageous for you to listen to my advice. At her side for a long time to come. I don't know if you should listen to her. Alright, but can you make it quick? Such a firm, cold response is very telling. Well, I'm listening. So what's this about Shinozaki being gifted? You're familiar with the concepts of spiritual mediums, shrine maidens, and shamans, no? They're all people with the ability to lend their bodies to beings that natural science can't quite classify. Beings that you would call spirits or gods. They're people who take part in channeling rituals, basically possession. Much like that of the demonic sort you see in movies. So, kind of like the Itako from traditional folklore, then? Exactly. You've seen it, no? Your friend can take in the thoughts of the dead and that flit about in these accursed halls and output them through her bone body. That salad's doing its work. And note I said thoughts, not spirits. They aren't souls, but rather the loose remnants of broken minds. Heavenly Host is a frighteningly unique place. So if she is indeed able to channel. I need the water. I wonder how loud that is. Okay, time to find out. I wonder how loud that is. It's not that loud. It's behind the microphone, so I'm not surprised. If she is indeed able to channel them, take it from me, she has a very powerful gift. Can you really call that a gift? She's not like you, you know. Perhaps not. But if you intend to escape from here, these talents of hers could prove most advantageous. Provided, of course, she learns to control them. Control them? Well, you saw what happened. She wasn't in control at all, but rather being controlled by the thoughts of another. Being? Think of it as if she had an enormous antenna on her head with impeccable reception, 24 hours a day. Except that antenna was missing not only any means of changing frequency, but any sort of on-off switch as well. At this rate, she's bound to short-circuit and break down. Or worse, she might lose her sense of self and essentially become a mindless radio. Are you saying there's no way to get her back? I don't know. Who's to say? That all depends on her and you. Well, then please come with me and help me save her. I'm sorry, I can't do that. You see, I'm also trying to find someone who's important to me. I've done all I can for you. Whether this experience ends up well or gets worse again depends entirely on you both. I wish you the best of luck. This was the big one. The big one. I literally couldn't stand up. I fell to my knees onto the floor. Even at a low bitrate, that doesn't really look that bad on stream when it's shaking. I couldn't even tell how long it lasted. I felt like it would never end, but eventually, little by little, it did subside. And let me guess, the floor has had a hole open up in it, and I am separated from her permanently. I stood back up and surveyed my surroundings. But as expected, the ghost of the girl was nowhere to be seen anymore. And this particular quake felt like it shook the very foundation of the entire building. That's kind of how earthquakes work. Shinozaki was all I had on my mind. She was in serious danger. I just don't know what the hell is going on anymore. But if there's one thing I do know, it's that I have to be there for her no matter what. Shinozaki! You know what really pisses me off, though? That she kept talking to me as if I were totally ignorant about psychic phenomena. Like a complete dimwit, like an absolute unit. Look what happened to her. Too gifted for her own, if you ask me. Sounds like you and Shinozaki have had a pretty rough time in here, too. Oh! Was that all a recollection? Recollection of, like, when I met with my... Okay. Well, you seem to have done pretty well for you being by yourself. Shouldn't Morishige have been with you, though? Yeah, but he's not. I've been trying to find him. Well, considering how cool and collected he is, I'm sure he's fine wherever he is. I mean, if he sees a ghost, he'll probably just furrow his brow and be all like, "You remind me of a Shakespeare sonnet or something, you know?" And since you and I ran into one another already, I know you'll find him sooner or later. Yeah, you're probably right. I'm sure I'll come across him eventually. I guess there's a lot more pieces to look at. Let's try that again. I guess there are a lot more places to look now that the hallway's back in one piece again. But there are two of us, and two pairs of eyes are better than one. There we go. That's more like the Suzumoto we all know and love. Okay then, let's give this everything we've got, and find our friends. Shig, I know you're somewhere nearby, and that's enough to keep me going. I will find you, I swear. But before we set off, I call a bottom text. Seriously? Sorry, I've been too scared and nervous since we got here. I guess it's taken its toll on my stomach. I get this way before production sometimes, too. Fair enough. I guess we'll have to keep an eye out for a restroom on our way, then. There's a gap in the floor here. A board has been laid across it as a makeshift bridge. But it's a bit unstable after the quake. Best to cross with care. So Ayumi is missing. I'm assuming, still. He's gonna move the desks! Good job. Yes, do it. The stairwell is completely packed with desks, making it virtually impassable. Fortunately, that last earthquake seems to have knocked many of them loose. With two people working in tandem, it shouldn't take very long to clear a path. What do we do with all these desks, Kishinuma? We could just climb over them with a little effort. But they might all come crashing down if we make one wrong move. Let's move them out of the way. We found the little girl's room. If you'll excuse me for a minute, then. Sure. I'll wait nearby. If anything happens, just call out. Donna! Wait too close, though, okay? It'd be kind of embarrassing if you know, heard me. Guess my stomach must be in pretty bad shape. Almost there. I'm so glad that I was able to... that there was a usable toilet in here. Alright, good to go. Nandara? Did I hit my stomach or something? It's all red. This is a very weird angle. When did this happen, and how? Even if I had hit my stomach or something, who's ever heard of someone's belly getting bruised? If you get punched, maybe. I took a closer look and found myself momentarily breathless. What in the world happened to me? Hold on a second. I had a random sense of paranoia that Twitch hadn't actually updated anything, but it did, so it's okay. The reddish-purple bruise was were like fault lines, emanating out in all directions, with my belly serving as this epicenter belly button. It almost looked like a weirdly colored spiderweb attached to my skin. What's wrong? Nothing. I'll be out in a sec. Scars from the impact? Sorry to keep you waiting. I feel much better now. Glad to hear it. But didn't I tell you to keep your distance? What? I did. You were just kind of loud there for a second. You seemed startled. Is everything okay? Oh yeah. Sorry to have worried you. So, how about you? Are you good on the bathroom situation, or do you need to go too? Oh, well. The boys' room is kind of occupied. When you open the door, there's this guy's voice that yells... There's this guy's voice that yells out, "Shut the goddamn door!" I can see how that might make it tough to go. Well, let's just put that out of our minds for now and focus on finding Shinozaki, okay? Sounds good. Why don't you just use the girls' bathroom? Why am I not saying anything to him about the bruise on my stomach? Is it because I'm too embarrassed? Oh, embarrassed to show it to a boy? No, that's not it. My mind was racing with worst-case scenarios popping into my head one after another. I kept hoping that this was all in my imagination, all nothing but a nightmare. But it sure felt real, and that was the scariest thing of all. Maybe I was sick. Maybe I needed to go to the hospital. I couldn't stand all this uncertainty. But I didn't say anything about it. I just walked with Kishinuma all throughout the school building in search of Shinozaki. I thought maybe if I went with him, I might run into Shig along the way, or at least find some clues as to his whereabouts, but no such luck. Our search eventually led us back down to the first floor. Having covered all our other bases, we set our sights on the pool, but just as we approached the locker room... He's just standing there blankly staring. Hey, did you hear that? Yeah. It came from in there. Hi, who are you? A girl who looked to be around middle school age had been laid flat on the floor. Both her arms were bound, and her eyes and mouth covered with sash-like strips of cloth. She was obviously being held against her will. She was kicking both legs and writhing all around, frantically trying to break loose from her bindings. But it didn't seem likely that she would succeed. Oh god, we have to save her! It was only after saying that I noticed the bruises on her legs. Those weird markings look an awful lot like the ones on my stomach. Or am I just being paranoid? Regardless of what caused them or how they might relate to my own injuries, this girl had markings like rope burns clearly visible on her slender thighs. They were peculiar bruises that looked almost like letters, as if they signified something that was just beyond our ability to decipher. Hey, Earth to Suzumoto! Hang in there! I'm gonna loosen those bindings right now. Wait, stop! This isn't... Take a closer look, this isn't going to be easy. Kishinuma grabbed my arm to hold me back. I was a bit confused, but did as he suggested, and it didn't take me too long to see the problem. The strips of cloth holding this girl to the floor actually seemed to be rolls of gauze. And whoever bound her like this really did a number. The gauze was stretched haphazardly all across the room's furnishings. Several strands of it were then projected upward to the tops of the nearest cubby shelf, where they were wrapped around the neck of a plaster bust. And from there they extended up to the ceiling, where they were wrapped tightly around the handle of a bucket suspended in the air. Suspended right above the girl. In other words, if we pulled on any of the bandages the wrong way, or moved any desks, the plaster bust might fall, and if that happened, the bucket would spill right onto her. Okay, but what's in the bucket? What's in the box? I wonder what the hell is in there. Maybe it's nothing. But what if it's not? The girl was thrashing wildly, unable to move or see, and was too scared to call out. Sadly, this wasn't helping at all. It only served to pull the plaster bust closer and closer onto the edge of the shelf. It was impossible to say whether or not she had any inkling of the threat that loomed literally right above her head. It seemed increasingly likely that this was the intent behind the trap. If the victim attempted to escape, she would only wind up killing herself. What do we do? What can we do? Don't panic. We just need to find some way of getting that bucket down from the ceiling. Can you reach, though? I think we should try to remove the bandages on her face first and try to calm her down. Either way, there's no time to lose. We have to do something, and we have to do it now. Well, this calls for, you know... how did I darken in? Wait, no, that's Mayu's darkening, so... okay, that makes sense. Let's go for the bandages. If she keeps kicking like that, this will be over before we know it. Alright then, sit tight. We'll get those bandages off. She should have heard every word Kishinuma was saying, but she didn't seem to be calming down in the slightest. With all the layers of bandages crisscrossed over her ears, maybe she couldn't hear us. Unable to see, unable to hear, and too frightened to scream, I think I'd squirm too if I were in her position. Damn it. Okay, this is epic. Okay, this is wrapped up really tight. Okay, I think I got it. Can you see me? Calm down! You need to stop thrashing around like that. Uh-oh. You need to stay calm. Look at me. Look at me. Look at me! Try not to panic. Take slow, deep breaths. Look at me! There you go. That's good. Everything's going to be alright. We're working on setting you free right now. Gradually, the girl began to calm down. I gently stroked her cheek where I'd just slapped it. Oh, you slapped her? Tears were welling in both our eyes. I closed mine and nodded my head. Good girl. You just need to hang in there a little longer. We'll have you out really soon. As long as you hold still, there's nothing to be afraid of. Okay. I'm okay now. I'll be right here at your side. Just try to keep positive. Kishinuma, would you mind pushing the statue a little so it doesn't fall off the shelf? Oh, I'm on it. This is really wrapped tight. This is really heavy. But there, I think that should do it. Are you alright? Can you stand? No, not really. My knees are shaking too much. Well then, how about just sitting up for a bit? Give those knees time to recover. I put my arms around her, and only then did I realize what she meant. She was shaking from head to toe, more violently than I'd ever felt before. She must have been frightened out of her mind. What was that? It must have been really, really scary for you. But it's okay now. I've never seen Suzumoto act so adult. Guess it's her maternal instincts kicking in. Women are amazing. Even with her constantly depending on Morishige, I could totally see her turn into someone like Miss Yui when she gets older. Oh, she's... Okay, I know her. She's from the extra chapter in the original game. The original PSP. The first one. Not the first one, just the first one. Thank you both for so much for what you've done. You saved my life. I'm just glad you're alright. Never expected someone to tell me I'd saved their life and meant it literally, that's for sure. My name is Nana okay, here we go. Ogasawara. Nana Ogasawara. I'm a 7th grader at Mushashigawa Girls Junior High School. I'm Maya Suzumoto. It's nice to meet you. And this delinquent-looking fellow is Yoshiki Kish. Big Kish. Oh, come on. What kind of introduction is excuse me, is that? I think you've been hanging out with Morishige too much. It's the salad, man. Is making my diaphragm bounce bounce up and down. Hard to believe you're a 7th grader. That means you're 1 year below Satoshi's sister. Yet you're so much taller and you seem so with it. Well, that's because Satoshi's sister is kind of different. Weird. 14-year-old that looks like a 7-year-old. I guess Yuka must be in this school somewhere too. I hope she didn't get herself separated from Mochida. Kishinuma and Suzumoto. Are you two searching for your friends as well? Yeah. 5 friends from class, 1 homeroom TA, and 1 classmate's little sister. We're not sure exactly what's going on in here just yet, but I guess they're trying to find us too. I see. I've been separated from my friends as well, and wound up the same way you found me. Excuse me, the way you found me while I was looking for them. Yeah, what the hell kind of sicko did that to you anyway? I really don't know. I was just wandering around, trying to find Nari and the others, when someone reached out from behind me and covered my eyes. Whoever it was incredibly strong. I really couldn't fight back. If I had to guess, I'd say it was probably a really big man. A really big man. Any ideas, Suzumoto? I mean, the only living people I've met here so far are Kishinuma and this girl. Guess there's more to worry about in here than just lost souls and a ghost brat. Excuse me. In here than just lost souls and that ghost brat. Nana suddenly planted both arms firmly at her sides, shrunk into herself and began shaking again. She was probably thinking about what had happened to her. I didn't even look at her face. I don't think we need to talk about that right now, Kishinuma.
What?
Huh? Oh. Sorry. I think I'm going to take our new friend to the pool for a moment. Ow. Will you wait here, please? What? Let's go. It's raining outside, so there's clean water, you know. What? Now wait a minute. It's dangerous out there. If you're thirsty, I'll go gather some rainwater and bring it back for you. Wait, right here. You're going to wait for us to come back, understood? Let me hear that again. If anything happens, we'll call for you, I promise. Let me hear that again. Alright, already. Just be careful, okay? We gonna talk about not guy things? Sorry about that. Kishinuma means well. He's just a little dense. Oh, it's alright. I'm sorry too to be such a bother. Oh, it's no bother. If something as scary as that had happened to me, I'd have done the same. Oh, are they gonna talk about the bruises? But we're alone out here, so feel free to wash up as much as you need to. I'll look the other way if you'd like. Please, if you would. Right-o. I walked over to the wall where the roof's overhang offered some protection from the rain, and waited for Nana to finish up. My glasses keep falling down. Stop that. Taking this time to look around, I noted that the whole building was surrounded by a dense forest. Theoretically, we could climb the fence here and leave. I wonder if there's like a pair of glasses that I could get designed to clip to headphones, so I didn't have to have them like underneath my headphones. Underneath my headphones. I could probably just get it, like take my pair and chop them up and tape them to my headphones. DIY lord. Taking this time to look around, I noted that the whole building was surrounded by dense forest. Theoretically, we could climb the fence here and leave. I think I read that already. Whoops. But we'd just be trading a creepy dark school for a creepy dark woods. Could we survive out there? And would we actually be able to get home? I just wanted to find Shig. He'd be able to look at the situation coolly and rationally, without flipping out and getting all emotional like me. I just needed to find him, to see his face. Shig. I was starting to get teary-eyed again when I noticed Nana lazily running toward me. As she neared, she slowed to a walk. Okay, I thought there was about to be a jump scare. It's cold. Although it's kind of weird that that didn't fade in. Your body heat will dry you off in no time, and we can spray on a little perfume, too. We were both completely soaked from head to toe. But I was confident we'd dry off quickly enough once we got back inside the school building. And since I happened to have some travel fragrance in my pouch, I took it out and spritzed a little on and around Nana's skirt. Oh, I think I know this scent. It's Rols's Sunlight Yellow, right? Bingo! It's my current favorite fragrance. I like it a lot too. My allowance is pretty small though, so I'm using a cheaper one right now. Well, once we make it out of here, I'll gladly share mine with you. Really? That's so kind of you. I'll make sure to wear some at our next drama club performance. It'll be my first time on stage, so I'll sure need it. Big problem, she can't leave. You're in drama club? I'm actually in our high school's drama club myself. You are? I bet you're an actress. Well, I do act, but I also write scripts and make costumes. We don't have a lot of members, but I don't mind. I love everything about stage drama. Drama? It's... Killer! That's amazing! You can do all that? Nana, oh, you don't mind if I call you by your first name, do you? Of course not. You're welcome to call me Mayu too. Anyway, you really have an amazing figure. I love it if you'd lend me some of your clothes. I'd love it if you'd let me make some clothes for you sometime. Would you? Well, there are probably much slimmer girls out there that your talents would be better suited to. Like my old friend Nari. She's practically a jewel, she's so pretty. Right into it! And my friend Chihaya is super cute, like a princess. Into the news! Let's just find those friends of yours and we'll go back together. Kishinuma and I will be glad to help you on your search, if you help in ours. Come on, let's head back in before we both catch colds. You're not gonna, like, discuss the bruises that you both have that look similar? Oh, wait, yeah. No, never mind. Oh, yeah, Nana? I noticed you have some bruises on your thigh. Did something happen? What? I didn't even know they were there. Maybe I got them when I was captured? I was pretty hysterical, so I don't have a very clear memory of everything that happened. Sorry to ask such an awkward question. I feel like you would feel them. Unless they weren't induced by a physical trauma. Which they kinda don't look like it. About time. You were out there for way too long. I was starting to get really worried. Well, a woman's beauty takes time to mold. Anyway, while we're out searching for Shig and the others, do you mind if we also keep watch for Nana's friends? Of course I don't mind. Let's find everybody who doesn't belong here and get the hell out. You two ready to go? Hey! Okay, I can actually play the game again. What was that, like 20 minutes? It's the pile of twisted, mangled gauze bandages that resulted from Nana's rescue. Where am I going? "4A had the pulley. Let's try 5A. God, this is kind of designed like an old DOS game. The door to classroom 5A is frozen in place. Of course it is. Listen to this song. Just listen to it. That violin is my life. I think it's a violin. I don't know anything about music. It's funny because I used to play one. It doesn't mean I was good at it. There's a reason I stopped. Wasn't this all blocked off earlier? Wait, there was the earthquake, so it's possible. What could possibly... It's possible that everything's been changed. There's nothing in here. Never mind. I like that it remembers what save I've been on. This was most likely likely a female junior high junior, senior high school student. Though anything beyond that was impossible to determine, as everything above the waist was missing. Whoever killed this girl must have done it recently, as the wound was still fresh and the blood all over the floor was still wet. Her exposed intestines seemed to have been pulled out of her body and draped onto the floor. Great. Where they were crushed flat like a worm under a big shoe. Do you need to go into that much detail? This uniform is from my school. Who is this? Who is it? It's okay, Nana. Try to stay calm. I need to scream it! Yeah, try not to think of the worst case scenario right off the bat. There's no reason to assume that this is one of your friends. Nana was wrought with grief. She was shaking uncontrollably to such an extent that her teeth were chattering. We gently let her out of the crass classroom. I wanted to get her out of there myself, but to be honest, seeing a human body so horribly mutilated was more than I could handle. Oh, hold on. 22% darkening. Shame there's no name tag. Let's try 1B. 1B is locked. Actually, hold on. I'm not gonna look at the body, because if I can hold off on the red shit on the screen for a while, then I will. That raised it by 4 points. I just wanted to see if there was a name tag. It's an old yellow class newsletter. Yellowed. Yeller. Looks like they just cut an article out of the local newspaper and photocopied it. Child abduction and murder follow-up report. It's hard to imagine what the bereaved family and friends of the victims must be going through. Classmates of the deceased will be dedicating memorials, portraits, and flowers in their honor, and the school quiet chorus is slated to sing for them as well. Reading is difficult. I don't know how to do it. And by that I mean, my stupid face won't open up to let air pass through it properly. So, I read and then my, like, nostrils lock up and close. And then I start sounding like this. Although it's really annoying because, like, whenever, like, usually it's just one that closes. So it feels like there's a pressure in my face. I've already been in here. I thought I checked all this. Here, let's go in the nurse's office. That's a good idea. Well, I can't do that. Oh, this is gonna take a while. Oh. This is new. I'm afraid you won't be going any farther. I know she'll accept me. She has to. I want that body. I want it. Are they talking about Shinozaki? Don't you dare try to take it away from us. You all still have your own bodies. Okay, I'm assuming they're controlling Shinozaki. Just take your time. Try the boys' room? Let me save real quick, because there's a body, and I'm gonna look at it. No, don't load. Save. Gotta reduce that darkening. I don't know if it's really necessary, but I'm gonna do it. Let me, turn off cursor snap, because it's kind of getting on my nerves. Thick, buttery buildup. Nope. Uh-huh. Okay. You do that. Oh, that's so much better. It kept snapping to the center of the screen. I'm not gonna try the second wing just yet. That was a fucking lie. Yes, I am. There's an enormous gap in the floor. Oh, lovely. Well, that completely blocks that area off. How is my microphone picking that up? My hands are behind my chair. It's probably not very loud, but you still get it, hear it. And it's picking up my chair creaking, too. Although at least it's not squeaking like the other one was. It's just... I've had this chair for like a year now. Almost. The only thing I can think of is to go back here. Either that or the exit. The door to the Sokovia Accord, the door to the custodian's closet is frozen in place. Okay, go back to 4A. Maybe Shinozaki is in there, like, muttering to herself. I don't get it. When Shinozaki and I came in here before, this room was different. Oh hey, dead Bobiti. Didn't mean to do that. I'm just trying to keep the redness off the screen. There's something all over every one of these shelves. It's like someone emptied out buckets of full of small black beans? On closer inspection, they seem to be dead flies. Hundreds upon hundreds of them. Stick your hand in it and crunch on them. Are you certain you're on the right path? Is it really okay to trust her? Don't play mind games on me. Also, this room layout changed. The pulley isn't here anymore. Try 5A again? Hold on, when did that get there? The door is locked up tight. Maybe that key we found will work here. Oh boy. No good. Guess it's the wrong lock. Well, you can't just show me a door that doesn't lead to anywhere. Nope, nothing here. Let me try the entrance again, or exit as it is. But I digress. The end of this tape measure is, like, crooked. So it's kind of a shitty tape measure. What's that? There's a crumpled up scrap of paper inside one of the shoe cubbies. It's a bit heavy, suggesting it serves as packing for some other object wadded up within. Unraveling it reveals a small pile of long, whitish, stubby objects that at first seem like they may be candles or something. But in actuality... Are these fingers? As in, human fingers? 10 in total. Every finger from both of some unfortunate victim's hands. The blood was still very much wet, indicating that not much time had passed since these digits were severed. Who thinks like that? You see fucking fingers and you're just like, whom still these digits have been severed from? Wet soil was lodged under each fingernail, and faint remnants of color here and there further indicated that the owner of these fingers had painted nails. Oh boy. It's probably nothing. Don't worry. Aw, seriously? Come on! Alright, well, screen's red now. Kind of can't avoid that, so I'll take the fingers with me. Get ready to move? I'ma fly away. I meant to middle click it, not scroll up. That's still blocked off? The classrooms again? Why not use the rusted key on the box? I might as well look at it now. Might be required for progress, I don't know. That darkened me a little bit. How come you're only trying the rusted key on some of the doors? 1B is locked. Oh, I'm sorry, it's not locked. It's affixed to the wall like a decoration. Okay, there's nothing in here. Wait, is 2A open? What's in 2A? I don't remember. Why can't I click on this? Nothing is in 2A. Nope. Maybe this changed? Smells so good. Nope. Same. Again, the mouse cursor keeps leaving the window. Look, I'm happy that it doesn't lock in the window, but it's also a nuisance sometimes. It's a trade-off that I prefer, though. Do I need to deliver the fingers? I'm gonna try to deliver the fingers. To whomstive ever belong these digits. Can you take these fingers, please? You're not gonna talk about this at all? Okay. Umst. It's and humst put together. The ultimate in thonking. Just thinking that word could get you a master's degree. Not a doctorate, though. You gotta work for that one. I wonder if there are any, like, stupid doctorates. Another door. Or, wait, no, this is the same door. Never mind. I've already been here. What am I supposed to be doing? Like, can you get a doctorate in cosmetology? I'm not saying that's a stupid doctorate. I'm just saying I don't think you would need one. Okay, you okay, map? Let me examine this hallway. Doctorate in anime figure design. Oh, hey, that actually did something. Hey, Kishinuma, what's that? I can't make it out very well. But something down there is definitely reflecting light. Also, is this the low resolution version? They didn't update everything, I guess. I wonder if we can get it. I seriously doubt it. This hole looks like it doesn't bottom out for a while. There could be a whole storehouse down there. Maybe if we had some kind of ladder or rope. Okay, well that was a triggering event. It did something. We have that gauze. I don't know if it'd be strong enough to get it. Maybe we can use this as a makeshift rope. I'm a genius! Not really. Kinda just seemed obvious. Kishinuma then obediently pulled them taut in a few places to test their tensile strength. There's definitely enough here to work with. And as long as we fold it over enough times, I don't think there'd be any risk of it tearing. There are 2 strips too. We could probably twist them together, and the end result should be about as sturdy as a real rope. And so we folded both strips of gauze in half, then twisted the 2 double-ply strips together to form something that resembled a braid. I'd done something similar to this once before when making rope-like decorations for theater costumes, so it didn't prove to be particularly difficult. It almost felt like Rope Making 101. Doctorate in rope making. In 10 minutes' time, presto, we had a do-it-yourself rope in our hands. Granted, it was pretty flimsy compared to the resin ropes you might buy at a home center, but it seemed like it would hold one person's weight just fine. This is how somebody dies. Somebody's going to die. Let me save. Here, send down the girl that's not a main character. No save? Saving is required every 10 seconds. I didn't actually listen to the voice acting. With our handy-dandy rope, one of us should be able to... Handy-dandy? One of us should be able to get down into that hole and fish out whatever that glinting thing is, no? Maybe. But there's nothing to tie the rope on this end. So I think somebody up here is going to have to hold on to it. This is a bad idea. If Nana and I work together, we should be able to hold the rope long enough for you to get whatever's down there and climb back up, I think. Okay, so now we know nothing bad is gonna happen. Because Yoshiki can't die. Unless you're watching the anime. I hate that anime. So you've already decided I'm the one who's going in, huh? Would the 2 of us really be able to hold him, though? Wouldn't it be better for the boy to hold this rope and one of the girls to get the object? No, put him down there. I don't know if I could do it, honestly. I'm not very good at sports or anything. Even if I made it down, I'm not sure I could climb back up. And how about I go? She's gonna die. Do you think you'll be able to? You were just bound with these bandages not too long ago, and almost died. Would you really want to have them tied around your body again? I should be fine. I'll do whatever I have to if it means I can see Nari and the others again. Hey, if you die, you can probably see them again. I can relate. I'll do whatever I have to in order to see Shigine again, too. Shigine! You're very brave, Nana. Especially for how young you are. It's kind of incredible. But Kishinuma, I really think I should be the one to go. Shig, everyone always bends over backwards to help me. From Shig's point of view, I must really seem like a helpless child sometimes. But just this once, I want to be able to be the reliable one. I want to protect Nana and lead her home safely. I don't really mind either way, honestly. I already saved 27%, I'll be fine. Okay, that should do it. Isn't it a little tight? It's hurting my stomach. Better than slipping out and falling, isn't it? That's true. Alright, lower me down slowly, okay? Please be careful, Mayu. I've tied some knots at regular intervals to help make it easier for you to climb back up. How much gauze was there? That sounds great. Thanks, Nana. Like, for them to be able to fold it over that many times and still have a long rope. I mean, I really wouldn't be surprised if Mayu died here. Okay. All the gauze? Just all of it that exists? Okay. Daijoubu-ka? Everything okay? How's it look down there? Is it epic? Okay. It's kind of dark. And there's a really nasty smell. Also, there's a bunch of fucking corpses in a pool. It was too dark to see my surroundings clearly, but I could instantly see an oppressive atmosphere all around me. This was not a good place to be. You're gonna throw up now, right? You're not gonna comment about the corpses. Okay, hold on a second. Hold on a second. I'm gonna look at all these corpses, and I'm gonna darken to like 80%, so I'm gonna save and load. Is that a rope? Oh, hey. Here too, huh? Oh yeah, I'm darkening. Come on, give me some name tags. Seriously? Not a single one. Oh, I did not like that fly noise in my ear. It's a girl's body. This is one of the ones that seems like a more recent death. So recent, in fact, that it seems that there's still a hint of body heat to her. All of her fingers have been cut off, and her tongue seems to have been removed as well. Well, found where the pingles came from. Hikari Kirigami. Don't tell the girl up there. This is the same school uniform as the one Nana wears. And when we rescued her, she called out several names. Wasn't one of them Hikari? Damn, son. I don't think I can bring myself to tell Nana about this. There's something on the ground next to Hikari's body reflecting what little light is down there. Here, down there. Is this what I saw from above? It's a small glass bottle filled to about 2/3 mark with a clear liquid. Excuse me. Liquid. Snake! I wonder what all this is. Looks like it could be water. Having acquired the item we sought and not wanting to stay down the hole any longer than I had to, I gave the rope a triumphant tug. No. I gotta check all the bodies, Mayu. None of those have anything. Not a single name tag is down here. Stupid. Is there a way to skip text faster? Wait, what? Alright, well, I don't care. Good enough. There's gotta be a way to skip the text faster. I think I skipped some dialogue by accident. Whoops. Almost there. Grab my hand. Okay. Oh, wait. Let me read some of this. I got it! No, I can read it. I got it! Nice going, Suzumoto! Now get the hell out of there! Or do you want me to pull you up? No, I should be fine. It's not even 10 meters deep down here. I can climb it. 10 meters is a lot. 10 10 meters. What? Hold on a second. A meter is like 3.2 feet, so... That's like 30 feet, Mayu. That's not... That's like the height of a house. Weird flex, but okay. Nice job on climbing out of there. Okay. I am so big, though. It didn't seem that high, but my arms and legs are, like, trembling right now. I'll definitely be feeling this tomorrow. Well, you did good. So what did you end up finding? Well, this. The heck is it? Sake? It doesn't smell or anything. I think it's just water. No, that's holy water. By the way, your friend died down there. Just wanted to let you know. You wanna go look? What would have happened if we did send her down there? Drink the holy water? Can we please get a petition to drink the sarcophagus juice? My friend Hikari had a bottle just like it. It's kind of a protective charm, supposedly infused with the power of a famous spiritual medium. It has the ability to ward off evil, and some people believe it grants luck with money or love when kept in your bag. Sounds pretty sketchy to me. No, it's totally legit. It's been endorsed by that spirit medium who appears on TV, Naho Sanoki. You know, the dead one. Oh yeah, her. I guess if she says it's the real deal, then it's possible there may be something to it. 100% legit, not a scam, not a pyramid scheme. Please come work for us. You will make so much money. You've heard of her, Kishinuma? I'm a little surprised by that, I have to admit. Is this something you can buy? You can get it online. But in Hikari's case, her dad works for the TV station and got a bottle of it directly from Naho after taping. Taping? Tape? You think this could be Hikari's bottle? Don't tell me Hikari's down there. Speaking of tape, the only thing I can think of now when I think of tape, like Scotch tape, is that girl on TLC or whatever it is on Weird Addictions where she eats tape. Like, how do you eat plastic in large quantities? To help Mayu out of this bad situation, email me with your parents' credit card number, the funny 3 numbers on the back, and the expiration month and year. The only credit card I have is this one, but it says it expired 10 years ago. Is that okay? I don't know. Maybe it's someone else's. Or maybe Hikari dropped her bottle down the hole. Hey, Mayu, are you stupid or something? Uh-oh. Shinozaki's really into this stuff, too. There are probably a lot of girls who bought these. Yeah, you're probably right. Oh, she's not gonna freak out that she said Hikari. Okay, well, what do I need the holy water for? Oh, I know, probably to get rid of the stupid dang ghosts up here. Or, where are they? This way. Woohoo, this way! She a thought? If she breathes, she's a thought. So all you gotta do is, she just gotta die. She won't breathe anymore. She's gonna die anyway. Like, it's pretty obvious. Like, she can't go home. If she doesn't have all her living friends to go with... Well, now, hold on a second. How would the Sachiko Ever After charm work if everyone but you is dead? Like, does she have to say it separately? Or what? I'm afraid you won't be going any farther. Yes, I will. Damn it all. Doesn't look like they'll be letting us through too easily. Shame these aren't real flames, or we could douse them with water. Yoshiki, do you know what holy water is?
Be gone, fuck!
How about we try using that holy water on them? It was recommended by a spiritual medium, after all. Right. I didn't save. Whoops. Oh well. So hot. Atsui! It burns like acid. Damn you all! You're still alive! Isn't that enough? May death soon come for you, too. With this, one of the red spirit flames flew directly at me in what was clearly meant as a hostile action. Have I made a mistake? Kishinuma quickly leapt in front of me, hands out, taking the full brunt of the spirit's attack. In my place. Damn it. Then, all three of the flames simply disappeared. Is he gonna die now? This reminds me of his death in the anime. Except he's still alive. In this. Take it easy, I'm fine. I'm fine. I just burned my hand a little, that's all. I'm so sorry. I should have been paying closer attention. I got some stick-on bandages in my bag somewhere. Let's see. Huh? What? Yoshiki needs to die. Yoshiki is one of the best characters in this series. And my throat is itching. Ow. Stop it! Please allow me. Just show me where you got burned. Thanks a bunch. And Suzumoto, seriously, what's wrong? Well, I seem to have lost my student ID. That's not good. You're fucked. I probably dropped it when I was climbing down into that hole. You should probably go get it back. Isn't that it in your hand? Uh-oh. No, this belongs to the deceased girl in the school entranceway. I picked it up earlier. Alexa, this is so sad. Can we make Nana cry? I held up the student ID so Kishinuma could get a better look at it, and it was clear from its design after all, that it wasn't a Kisaragi ID. I'm just waiting for her to have some kind of breakdown. I probably should have just left it there, but, well, it was all alone and scared. I was all alone and scared, and thought, maybe I'd learn something useful from it, you know? No, good voice crack. No, I think that's perfectly reasonable. We've got to do whatever it takes to reunite with everyone and get the hell out of this school. So, mind if I take a look at it? Sure. I don't think you'll find anything too helpful in it, though. Well, she's not freaking out yet. Some kind of doodle on this page? It's a box? I wonder what it means. It means what I've been saying the whole fucking time. Use the key on the box. The memo page Kishinuma opened was ringed with bloody, sticky fingerprints. and centered among them was a rough sketch of a box drawn in ballpoint pen, along with numerous lines of text written in rough, shaky letters. They seemed to have been written with excessive amount of force, resulting in countless black splotches and small tears in the paper. I think Ayaka is going to kill Ao. Ao? Aonuma? I need to hide her. Ao is mine, and mine alone. She must be protected. If I hide it in that box, no one will ever find it. Ao, I love you so much. These words were written over and over again, with the ink getting blotchier and more haphazard each time. Doesn't the box in the picture look an awful lot like this one? I mean, I know we found it pretty far from the entranceway, but still, like I've been saying, you take the fucking tiny rusty key, which specifically said in its description it was a small key, probably to some kind of box, and put it in the box that you've had for the past hour and a half. You're right, it really does. Isn't this a keyhole? No. You're right. I wonder if... maybe that key I found will fit in the lock. No! Oh, Nightbot, calm down. What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?! That's mostly enforced because bots like to come in here and say stuff like... I can still see it, by the way. Like, whenever stuff in chat gets deleted, I can see it just fine. It's just that nobody else can. I can read it, though, and I will look at it. That's mostly to enforce bots from doing stuff like, hot grills in your area. Click on this link now to find them. Kishinuma and Nana were both watching me expectantly as I produced the rusty key from my bag. Don't kill him. You'll be proving him right. But the box... I don't remember that part of the movie that well. I inserted it into the lock and it fit. Crossing my fingers, I began turning. It's gonna be a tongue. And met with no resistance at all. It was the right key. The lid popped up and nostalgic music started to play. It's a music box? I had no idea. I think I've heard this song before, too. This is so not the time or place for karaoke. Sorry. Kishinuma took the music box from my hands with a sort of I know what it says, I just don't know the meaning. Derisive. Expressing contempt or ridicule. Thank you, Google. Thank you, Alexa. Very cool. So something's inside this thing then, right? No good. It's too tight to squeeze. My fingers won't fit. Why don't we try using the severed fingers that we have? Try turning it upside down and shaking it. Something came out, but it's another key! Another key, huh? Who hides a key behind a lock? But this means we can probably open some door now that we previously couldn't. I placed the key in my pocket for safekeeping. Don't lose it! And tried in vain to remind myself that I shouldn't get my hopes up, but in truth, I was downright thrilled. We were making actual progress. Mayu, you're gonna go get your ID back now, okay? Oh wait, where do I go to get it? I'm walking here! What are you, stupid? on, Mayu, just go in the fucking hole. If you don't get the ID, you literally cannot go home, so go get it. Hell, fucking eat it for all I care. Oh my god, Mayu, you're so stupid! Alright. Well, that confirms her death. Sucks to be her. Then again, it's Mayu, so, you know. The fact that they're letting me play this long as her is so weird. I never really thought of Mayu as a main character, per se. Shit, hold on. I should have done this while I was over here. Can this go any slower? It's faster than the RPG, I guess. That was like 20 minutes without saving. You're kidding, right? What the fuck is this key for? Alright. Why would it let me try the key on that door? What is the door for? I hit my microphone again, dang it. I'm assuming I'm gonna run into Ayumi up here, and she's gonna be talking about the flesh that rips her stomach open and how we betrayed her. I've got the toad ready in case anything explicit happens. The toad is ready. Maybe it's a key to the reference room? I don't know. There's a thing on my monitor. I have not cleaned these monitors since I got them, mostly because I don't really sit that close to them. I've got a good feeling about this. Let's try that music box key. Why are you giving me an option? The key easily turned the lock and the door came right open. Wait. When I got the rusty key, it told me not to use it. There she is! She looks normal. Oh, this is the library. Okay. There was a dead body propped against the inside of it. As the door slid open, it spilled out into the hallway. Did you do it? Did you do that? Kishinuma completely ignored this, however, stepping over it and darting into the room as fast as his leggies would carry him. Shinozaki! Shinozaki! I'm sorry, that was loud. Shinozaki! Within the pale darkness of the room, a figure stood in front of one of the shelves, completely engrossed in some ancient-looking tome. Tome? It was Shinozaki! Shinozaki! The floor around her was piled high with books she'd seemingly read and discarded. Strange. Coming from a bibliophile who usually won't even crease a spine. The curve on the other side causes a turnover on the 9 ball joints that look like fish in the hourglass geoglyph with a white shoe instead of a needle. Shinozaki! Get a hold of yourself. No talking! This is a library! Honestly! What do you uncultured troglodytes hope to accomplish in here with your worthless gossip? God, this is hurting my throat. Hold on a sec. Shinozaki, that's enough. You can stop this. This isn't you. Oh my god, he's actually tearing up. You're in pain, right? Whatever loose soul is in control of Shinozaki, I'm calling you out. Get the hell out of here right this instant, you hear me?
これは俺たちのものだ。
Ooh,
この体を俺のものにしたい。
she's ours. I'm going to make this body mine.
ダメだ。僕の方が上手に使える。
Not a chance. I'm much better at using her than both of you combined.
この人の中にいる時だけ
It's only when we're inside this person that our pain subsides. So please, won't you let us have her?
この子を僕たちにくれ。そうだ。
Give her to us, please. What if we save you? We'll help you get out of this school alive, and in exchange...
ふざけんじゃねえぞてめえら。勝手だろ。ここで死んじまったてめえらには同情するよ。
Shut up, you selfish bastards. Look, I sympathize with you, I really do. Dying in here must be like a never-ending nightmare.
だけど。
But how does that give you the right to use Shinozaki like she's some kind of tool?
そんな権利てめえらにはねえだろ。
She's a living being with a mind of her own.
そんな正
Oh, ye sound of mind!
この痛み、
We're in pain.
苦しさ、
We're in agony.
もどか
We're
しさ。
cold
お前らまだ
and hungry and mad. But you? You're still blessed with life. Don't you understand?
それでもな。こればっかりは譲れねえんだよ。
I don't give a shit about any of that. All I know is that you can't have Shinozaki. I will never, ever let you take her.
なんだこの言いなり息子息子
I don't even need to read that. She did a pretty good job herself. From there, Ayumi took a sudden turn for the worse. Tossing aside the book she was reading, she began punching herself in the head with both hands.
この中にまたいろいろ入れたのか金色のやつか緑か
It was so quiet in here, too. But look at what colors have been let in now. Silver, huh? Green, maybe?
やめろ、
Talking-
篠崎。
What are you talking about? Stop this!
篠崎さん
Ah.
黄色だった
It was yellow.
篠崎。
兄さん来てくれたの遅いよ
Brother?
私
Brother, is that you? You're late. I'm so hungry.
何も
I've
食べ
been
て
so... It's been so very long since my last meal.
皆さんが私をここに閉じ込めてそれから
Ina sealed me up in here, you see.
出なくて
Oh, that's in my ear. Oh, that's really in my ear.
何も食べてなく
That's like ASMR. Stop. Okay. I was like tilting my head away from it as if that would help. And I haven't eaten a single thing since then. Not a single bite. Nothing at all.
兄さん兄さんって美味しそう
Stop.
兄弟で変かな
I gotta lift the cup.
私兄さんを殺してお肉食べてみたい
I actually had to lift, like, the headphone cup off of my ear. It's so bad. I mean, it's good voice acting, but shit. You look so delicious, Brother. Is it strange? Is it strange that I want to kill you and taste your succulent flesh?
やめろよ。篠崎。
Cannibal Zaki.
あ
Shinozaki.
お前。
I'm not your brother, for starters.
おかえりお兄ちゃん
Welcome home, brother.
なんだよ、ミキ。
Miki, you're here again? Wait.
何それ心優しい妹がわざわざご飯作りに来てあげたのに
Who's Miki?
お
You
兄ちゃん
know, your selfless little sister drops by just to make you dinner. And that's how you greet her? You've been eating your meals every day, brother?
ああ、まあ、
Blood.
その辺のコンビニとか学食
More or less, yeah. Some prepackaged convenience store food here, a school lunch there.
またそんなんじゃ栄養偏っちゃうじゃん。待ってて、今お夕飯作ってる
Just as I feared then. You keep going like that and your health'll deteriorate in no time. Healthful? Well, you sit tight. I'm making you a fine meal right now.
やっぱりお兄ちゃんは私が面倒見ないとダメだね。
Whatever would you do without me?
学校楽しい？
How's school going?
お兄ちゃんの
Tanoshi?
持田さんとか篠崎さんってどんな人？
I hear you've been hanging out with a boy named Mochida and a girl named Shinozaki. What kind of people are they?
大丈夫だよ。
Everything's going to be
そのう
okay.
ちお父さ
I
ん
know
だっ
it.
て
Dad'll come around one of these days.
ね、お兄ちゃん。
Just be patient. Okay, brother? Brother.
やめろ
Okay, is she actually hurting him? Oh god, Shinozaki's biting Kishinuma's neck. I've got to stop her.
しょっぱいしい。
Holy shit. This isn't a bad ending, is it? I hope not. The two of us made a mad dash towards Kishinuma, intending to pry Ayumi away from him through any means possible. But to my astonishment, he met our panicked gazes with a stern, let me handle this look, reinforcing the message by raising his hand in a stop motion.
篠崎
I feel like he should have some scarring on him from her biting into his fucking neck. Then again, we can't really see it that well. Didn't expect that. If circumstances were different, this could be the start of a really heartwarming romantic scene. Kishinuma grabbed Shinozaki and hugged her tightly.
篠崎戻ってこいよ
Hayate Iku! Come back to me, please.
お前は他の誰でもね
You aren't any of those
え
people.
篠崎あゆみ
You're Ayumi Shinozaki, damn it! I'm curious because Ayumi never really reciprocated, that's the word. Ayumi never really reciprocated any of Yoshiki's feelings in the original game, so I don't know if that's gonna change. She sort of just went fucking mental when Naomi got close to Satoshi. Bit by bit, I could see the expression on Shinozaki's face change. Her crazy, possessed sheer gradually gave way to a blank, dazed countenance. Countenance. Then slowly, but surely, began sparkling with life once more. And though it was nearly imperceptible, I could swear I saw a smile start to form on her lips.
岸沼くん。
For a few long moments, Shinozaki stared into Kishinuma's eyes. Then, in an instant of realization, her face turned beet red. I recall the phrase, "Oh crap!" drifting through my head for a split second, and then...
何してるのよ。
What the hell are you doing?
どういうつもりでこんな。変態最低
Hentai! What are you trying to pull here, pervert? Get away from me!
篠崎
何よ
What is wrong with you? Same could be said for you. Just saying.
篠崎心配させやがってでもなんつうか嬉しいぜ
You had me really worried there, but, well, I'm glad you're back.
篠崎さん大丈夫ですか岸沼さん
Kishinuma, are you alright?
鈴本さん
What are you... Wait. Where am I?
おかえりなさい。
Shinozaki, what does one say in this situation? Welcome back, I guess?
何？
Nani?
そう話を聞いてもまだ信じられ
I
ない
have to admit, this all sounds really unlikely even for me. I guess I've been under the influence of this building for quite a while, though.
シャレにならねえ暴走っぷりだったぜ。
Yeah, and let me tell you, you were getting pretty violent there. How did you get up here anyway? This room's been locked up since we showed up.
覚えてないでも
I have no idea, but then we are in a building that can change its layout at will. I guess pretty much anything is fair game in these closed spaces. Something bad is gonna happen. This is too happy of a scene. Yeah. They can't really die. They're too important to the story. She's gotta go, and, she's gotta go. It almost feels like this school takes pleasure in making the most unlikely events happen at random. I suppose when you're dealing with the supernatural, you're already dealing with something that's scientifically unlikely, so best not to rely on that logic. You're starting to go over my head here. It almost sounds like I'm talking to your sister.
簡単に言うと何が起きるかわからないっていう話。
Well, then let's put it this way. There's no way of knowing what's going to happen in this school.
いい
So listen carefully.
目標はたった3つ。
We have exactly 3 objectives in here.
この学校がこうなった原因を調べて
First, we need to look into the reasons why this place is the way it is.
否定すること。
Specifically, we need to find out more about the beings who control it.
そしてその存在
Then we need to interact with those beings and try to dig up some means of getting out of here alive.
最後に出る方法が分かったらそれを確実に実行に移すこと。
And finally, once we figured that out, we need to actually make it happen.
これだけよ。
That's pretty much it.
なんだか篠崎さん、委員長って感じだよ。
Wow, you're in full class rep mode right now.
ああ。だけど篠崎、一番
Yep, she sure is.
忘れて
But aren't you forgetting the most important objectives, Shinozaki? Uh-huh,
一番大事な
I think she
みんな
is.
と無事に合流すること。
Finding all our friends safe and sound.
そうだったね。
Oh yeah, good
それが
point.
まず第一の目標よね。先生や持田くんたちと挨拶
That should be our first step for sure. Once we found Miss Yui, Mochida, and the others, we can work on the rest.
だな。小笠原のダチも集まりゃ人数も
Damn straight.
なんとかなりそうな気がす
Add Augusta, her friends, to the mix, and we'll... Excuse me. We'll be so strong that nothing can stop us, right? You don't have any friends left.
でも目標を達成するためには努力しなきゃね。
I've already found like 2 or 3 of them dead, so... Let's not get too careless, though. None of this is going to be easy.
私たちにできることは最初から変わらないし、
There's only so much we can do in here. And that's not likely to change.
とにかく調べてどんな小さな手がかりも見逃さないこと。
For now, I suggest we investigate our surroundings. As thoroughly as possible. Leave no stone unturned.
そして何よりやけになったり諦めたり
And
しない
don't give in no matter what.
もちろん私だって怖いけど。
I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm scared to death right now, but I'm not gonna let that stop me.
大丈夫。私たちがついてる
Don't
よ。
worry. We'll be right behind you all the way. We can get through this together. At this, Kishinuma stood up and began scanning his eyes over the nearby shelves.
とりあえず手近なとこ
I gotta take a drink of the Wawa.
ここで手がかりでも探してみっか。
God, it's cold in here. At least it's not too hot. Like it normally gets. Since we're here anyway, how about we start checking for clues in this room?
資料室ってくらいだから、よそより期待できるぜ。
Is it a reference room after all? It is a reference room after all. There's bound to be something worthwhile. Oh, I can play the fucking game again. 40%! Holy dang. Another 20 minutes without saving. Nothing on the shelf seems particularly relevant. Okay. It's a girl's body. Seemingly junior or senior high. It's mostly decomposed down to the skeleton at this point. There's a duffel bag on the side next to her with a tracksuit particularly partially hanging out of it. Her student ID name tag is still clearly visible. Ao Amano. Well, he did hide her. Numerous scrapbooks on this shelf, each containing various newspaper and newsletter clippings. One in particular stands out. It's an old-school three-ringed binder filled with articles that are all over 30 years old. 1973. Serial kidnapping and murder at Heavenly Host Elementary. That's here, right? Ayumi's speech... Be quiet. Ayumi's speech patterns are weird? Oh, you should have seen her in the PC version. Don't get too close to him, Naomi. There's an article about that one in one of the classrooms, I think. Dashing the hopes and prayers of their concerned parents, 3 of the kidnapped children return home tonight in body bags. Local police gave an official statement around 4 p.m. Around 4 yesterday afternoon. 4 p.m. Afternoon was p.m. Yuki Kano, age 11, Ryo Yoshizawa, age 8, and Tokiko Tsuji, age 7, previously reported missing, were found dead in the basement room beneath the school. The circumstances behind their murders are still under investigation, and a suspect with ties to the school's teaching staff is in questioning. First responders report a shocking, grisly murder scene and have expressed concerns at even allowing the families of the deceased to see their children. Significant mutilation is said to have occurred, and the officials believe the sight of this may exacerbate the already delicate mental states of the bereaved. The sole survivor of this unspeakable crime is 7-year-old Sachiko Shinozaki, who remains in shock from the experience. Her testimony may prove invaluable towards closing this case and putting the horror behind us. However, police are anxious to question her. Isn't the comma supposed to be after the so? As in, however so, the police are anxious. I don't know. I don't know nothing about the grammars and the sentential structure. Sentential. That's a real word.
Sentential.
I thought I made that up, but it's real. Okay. In relating to a sentence, that's even the right definition. Meanwhile, other parents have already begun calling Heavenly Host's safety procedures into question in the wake of this tragedy. Members of the PTA have. It's cut off. There's another snippet from another page as well, which includes photographs of the 3 victims as well as the lone survivor. These are the children I saw. She looks normal. I've seen them too. I guess they were killed here. So now they've cursed the place or something. It's been so horrible to hear what happened to them. I've been looking at them as scary, evil spirits all this time, but really they're just victims themselves. Be careful, Suzumoto. Compassion can be dangerous in a place like this. It's not unheard of for a spirit to lose its sense of humanity after dying. In other words, these kids aren't necessarily going to play nice with living beings anymore. What do you think happened to the murderer? Here we go.
こっちのページに記事があるよ。
They talk about him in this one. Accused child murder commits suicide. The 32-year-old former teacher believed to have committed the now infamous adolescent kidnappings and murders was found dead early yesterday morning. Oh, my diaphragm. After being deemed mentally unfit to take responsibility for his actions, he was placed in an intensive psychiatric care, but escaped 2 nights ago. The psychiatric ward commissioned a manhunt which culminated into the discovery of his hanged body in a room beneath Heavenly Host Elementary School. Near the site of his shocking triple homicide. Near the site of his... Why is that lowercase? Near the site of his shocking triple homicide, the cause of death was ruled as strangulation and is strongly believed to be self-inflicted. How do you strangle yourself? You could snap your neck bones, maybe, but I don't think that would kill you. Might be extremely painful. It would be extremely painful. You're a big guy. Are you? It's still so weird. As this appears to be a show of remorse, previously thought beyond his mental capacity, his psychiatric ward has come under heavy fire since the discovery. Even the murderer killed himself, huh? Guess there's no happy end for anybody. Though the families of the victims are probably glad to see him go. Oh. Well, and there's that one girl who was spared too. Isn't that kind of strange, though? That there's not one single comment from the survivor's family? Every article is full of commentary from friends and family of the deceased. But there's not a word to be found anywhere about the girl who was spared. Subarashi? I'd assume that was by request, to protect their privacy or something. Do newspapers really care about that, though? The mass media has always about chasing scoops, no matter what it takes to get them, or what they have to do, or who they have to bother. Well, this was back in the 40s, right? Or did the murders happened in the 70s? I don't know. Dr. Tomokichi Fukurai Research Records. Mesmer's magnetism. Correspondence with Anna Sprengel. Seraphita. What am I reading? Maleficarium. Voynich manuscript. Voynich. Records of I almost said psychiatric. Records of psychic phenomena. Letters to and from magic societies. Classic mystery novels. Not your typical elementary school reading material. There are no serial numbers or library cards or anything on them. So they're probably not the schools. That's true. Maybe these were brought in by other victims who got trapped here. Actually, it looks like there's a name stamp on most of these. Kibiki? Is that how you read those kanji? I know the Kibiki. The Kibiki? Oh, you're right. I recognize that name. You know the phenomenalist, paranormalist, Naho Sainoki? Ko Kibiki is her mentor. He's a journalist. That means Mr. Kibiki's in here too, I guess. But why? There's more? Okay, I can leave. Alright. Man! That was a lot of dialogue. Hold on a second. I darkened even more? You're joking, right? Wait, you kidding, right? Oh, because of the body, probably. Alright, well, stop hitting that button. How many hours have I played? 7, almost? Wow. Let's go out here. We got 4 people with us now.
そういえば私たちがここに来てから
4 people
ど
together.
れくらい時間経ったんだ
Who's us? Me? I'm the one playing. I wonder how much time has passed since we got here.
携帯の時計信用して
I don't know if I can trust my cell phone clock in a place like this.
確かに
That's a good point. If space is being changed around randomly, there's no reason to believe that the same thing isn't happening to time.
俺の腹具合から判断すると晩飯済ませて
I trust my stomach, though, and it's telling me that dinner time has already come and gone, and now is about when good boys and girls would go to bed.
お腹空きました
I have to admit, I am hungry.
できれば食べ物も
Well, we gotta eat one another.
その前にどこかでちょっと休憩しよう
Maybe we should add finding food to your list, Shinozaki, but for now, I think it's about time we found a nice cozy spot to sit and rest for a while.
そうしてもらえると私も助かるかも
I think I'd like that.
軽症っていうほどじゃないけど
I'm really, really tired.
妙に体が疲れてるみたい
Not so tired that I'm worrying about getting possessed or anything, but tired enough. I gotta drink more water. That's the first glass gone. On to the second one. So much reading. And so the 4 of us headed to the safest spot we could think of, settling in for a bit to help calm our spirits and refresh our bodies. Almost immediately, both Kishinuma and Shinozaki sat down, closed their eyes, and fell fast asleep. Understandable considering what they just experienced.
2人とも眠っちゃったみたいね
Oh, this is an interesting CG. Does that mean something bad is about to happen? Out like a light, both of them.
きっと疲れてるんですよ岸沼さん
They must be exhausted. Kishinuma went through a great deal of turmoil to save Ayumi after all.
ナナちゃんも疲れたでしょ
Aren't you tired too?
はい
I am,
けど
but I can't bring myself to sleep.
ナリちゃんたちが今頃どうしてる
My
のか
mind keeps racing, wondering what Nari and the others are doing right now. I feel like I need to be ready to run after them at a moment's notice.
わかるよ私も
I know just where you're coming from.
考えるとすごく焦って
I get
く
the
る
same way when I think of Shig. I get this fucking chair. It needs to stay in a spot. It's not the chair's fault. It's the rug that it's on. It's fucking uneven. Maybe if I get different casters, it'll be better. I wish I could see his face right now, you know?
あれナナちゃん
Nana,
その足
what happened to your legs? I felt a chill in my stomach as soon as I saw them. They were the same bruise-like markings around Nana's slender thighs that I'd seen before. But they'd become much darker in color. They looked pink originally, as if she just rubbed her skin up against something. But now they were a deep, dark purple, the color of grapes.
大丈夫
Are you
痛く
alright?
ない
Does it hurt?
あざならさっきからありましたけど
You mean the bruises? They've been there since before.
そうじゃなくて
Yeah, but they're darker now.
濃くなってるから本当だ
You're
黄
right.
色になってる
What a weird color. What's happening?
内出血してたから時間が経って閉塞したのかな
It's probably just changed color over time from the blood rushing to the
気にしない
surface.
方がいいね
I doubt it's anything to worry about. Sorry.
でも跡が残ったら嫌だな
I just hope it doesn't leave a scar.
ナナちゃん美脚
True.
だもんね
You do have beautiful legs after all. I wonder if my contusion that I had left a scar. No. I had a pretty I had a pretty bad contusion on my shoulder once. No, no scar.
そんなことないですよ
Oh, please. No, I don't.
スタイル良くて
I'm
羨ましい
jealous.
な
You're so thin and gorgeous.
ナナちゃんくらい
If I were as tall as you, Shig and I would sure look a lot more natural together.
彼氏さんですか
Is he your boyfriend? She wishes.
そういうのじゃ
Nothing like that. I guess you could say
大
he's
事な人
just a really important person to me.
いつも近くにいてくれて
He always stands by me, accepts me for who I am, despite all my flaws, and always supports me in whatever I choose to do.
素敵な人なんですね
He sounds wonderful.
私にとってはね。同じ
Yeah.
演劇部
I'm
が
just
残
not
ってい
saying
るわ
this.
けじゃないけど
I'm not just saying this because we're in the same drama club,
岸沼くんなんか
but
に
he's
は
like some kind of
悪
prince.
い魔法使い
So
ら
if
しい
you
け
ask
どね
Kishinuma, he's an evil wizard.
岸沼さんって
Hey.
やっぱりあゆみ
Oh,
さん
heh.
のことあ
Kishinuma has a thing for Ayumi, doesn't he?
れ
Oh?
気になる
Does that bother
ゆ
you?
めちゃんってば
Are you taking an interest, perhaps? We got the girl talk going on, and he's probably awake, actually.
あ違いますそういうんじゃ全然
Nothing like that.
ごめんお約束だからつい
Sorry, I had to ask.
でも実際のとこ岸沼くんにとっては
Actually, Kishinuma's got it pretty rough. He's got a rival for Shinozaki's affections.
お似合いなのに
But they look so cute together.
似た者同士でもあるのよね
They're a lot alike in many ways,
素直になれない
particularly in their complete inability to be honest about how they feel.
まゆさんも森重さんの前では素直になれなか
I'll
った
bet it's a lot like you when you're with Morishige, isn't it?
だからそういう
Dakara!
人じゃないってばも
I already told you it's not like that with us.
うでも
Though I guess
自分で
I
も
really
よく
don't know
わ
how
か
to
らないな
classify the way I
この
feel.
気持ち
I mean,
しげに
when I do finally see Shig, how should I react?
私
What do I want him to do?
岸沼くんみたいに
I want him to pull me into his arms just like Kishinuma did with Shinozaki?
それとも
Or do I
頑張ったなって
just want him to pat me on the head and tell me I did good?
やっぱり実際会ってみないとわかんないや
I guess I won't really know until the time comes. If it comes.
会えますよきっと
It'll come.
岸沼さんがあゆみさん
Just like it did for Kishinuma and Ayumi.
ありがとう持田くんも
I hope Machida is able to reunite with Yuka and Nakashima too. And Miss Yui and Shinohara.
篠原さんもみんなで帰って
Minna.
祭の時撮った写メ交換して
My Dreamcast has a dent in it. I never noticed that. There's a fucking dent in it. Well, it's more like a scrape. Actually, it kind of looks like somebody chewed on it. This is completely off topic. My eyes just kind of wandered up to it. It's on my hutch on my desk. We'll meet up and go back home and properly exchange that photo we took together after the culture festival.
私もみんなと
I really want to see my friends too. You better not say anything.
ごめんね私ってば自分の話ばっかり
I'm so sorry. I've just been talking about myself all this time.
私ちょっと
I think
その辺見てきますね
I'm gonna go scout around for them real quick. I have to go to the bathroom anyway. You're an idiot. Do not go alone. Take someone with you.
一人で
By yourself? Isn't that dangerous?
ちょっとだけですから
I'll only be gone for a moment. No, I think you're gonna be gone forever.
お友達のことを思い出して
Well,
ちょっとした
Nana's gone.
なっちゃったのかな
I guess thinking about her friends got her all worked up. She probably just couldn't sit still any longer.
鈴本
Zumoto?
起きてたの
Kishinuma, you're awake?
一緒に行ってやってくんねえか
Shouldn't you go with her? Just to be safe?
そうだね
I probably should. You stay here and keep an eye on Shinozaki.
すまね
Thanks, I
な
will.
かったら
If anything happens, just yell real loud, okay?
叩き起こして飛んでく
I'll smack Shinozaki till she's awake and the two of us will come running.
暗いから篠崎さんのろうそく一本借りるね
The hallways are pretty dark, so I think I'm going to borrow one of her candles.
危ねえから
Just be
小笠原
careful.
見つけたらすぐ戻ってこい
Once you
よ
find Osagawara, you two come right back. Okay, how the fuck do you say it? No, let me hear the tech. No. Let me hear him say it again.
危ねえから小笠原見つけたらすぐ戻ってこいよ
What?
危ねえから小笠原見つけたらすぐ戻ってこいよ
I am definitely saying it wrong. The bathroom felt empty. There was no indication of Nana's presence whatsoever.
ナナちゃんと入れ違い
Maybe
にな
we
っちゃった
passed
のかな
one another without realizing it? She's gone. What did I tell you?
ナナちゃんどうしたの
Oh, she's gone. The sound that echoed through the hall was like that of a butcher slicing up a large chunk of meat, bone and all. And this sound was accompanied by the dimly lit figure of Nana sprawled out on the ground in front of me. Or rather, part of Nana. Oh no! She's cut in half? You blocking it off with the text box. Come on. It was really just the top half of her body, severed cleanly at the thigh. Her legs were completely gone. And the worst part is, she was still fully alert and aware. Oh. You idiot. This grisly sight was too much for me to handle. I became weak in the knees and fell backwards, landed on my butt. I couldn't move. There's no way to hide the text box like in most visual novels. Nana was bending and contorting her back and writhing on the ground as if struggling to escape the pain and the fear. How much was cut off? If it was just her legs, she could live. Just not a very happy life. I wanted to help her, but I had no idea what I could do. Nothing had ever prepared me for a situation like this. I couldn't stand up. I couldn't even think. The sight of Nana's squirming body gushing blood every which way was burning itself into my mind. It was the most frightening thing I'd ever seen. Well, actually, if it was severed, like, at the, femoral artery, no, I don't know if there's much of a way to stop that. Even with a bunch of pressure, like, I think you would have to cauterize the wound. I could sense the presence of another person in the shadows just behind Nana's torso. Who was it? The darkness was all-encompassing past a certain point, giving only the vaguest notion of a human silhouette within the inky black void. Who's there? That's the locker room. No, wait, that's not... Where is this? What's back there? The door should have led into the pool locker room, but the lighting, or lack of it, was completely wrong. There was also an indescribable foul odor wafting out from within, so powerful and revolting that I felt I could never leave my senses again. Whatever being was lurking in the shadows of that horrible room was getting closer to me, step by step. Oh no, I think it severed, like, at the pelvis. Oh no. I still couldn't make out a single feature, but frankly I didn't want to. His existence alone was threatening enough. Whatever this was, I could sense his shadow posturing itself over Nana's head as if preparing to swallow it whole. Like a crocodile. In fact, the shadow was beginning to resemble a crocodile more and more. Was this even a person? Wait a minute, he cut her in half with a hammer? Wait a minute, he could have, like, smashed her pelvis and, like, her body, like, exploded. Oh no. Figure was now fully visible. And was indeed a person, I think. He grabbed Nana by the head and then turned and began dragging her into that horrid room. She was clearly nearing death, as it took everything she had to scream in protest. Her voice was getting weaker and her writhing less pronounced. I couldn't even imagine how painful it must have been to have one's severed body slowly dragged across the floor, exposed side down. It would have been bad enough just having the head held held in that massive, filthy grip. No, grip isn't the right word. It really was more like a bite. These were panicked, primal screams of a person's last moments on Earth. It's a sound no one should ever have to hear, much less produce. And once you hear it, it's the kind of thing you'll be hearing again for the rest of your life. Nothing can ever wipe it away from your memory. It stays with you. I sat there dumbfounded, so disturbed that I could barely breathe, and watched the slow slither of Nana's body as she disappeared into the unknown. It only took a few seconds for her to vanish into blackness, but those were the longest few seconds of my life. Once she was gone, only a wide swath of blood remained, tracing her path down the hall and across that hellish threshold. Gathering all my courage, I ran at full speed toward the black void, but found no room to enter. Beyond the door was nothing more than a solid wall. What? No, where is she? Where was she taken? It was just as Shinozaki had said. Right before my eyes, a human being pulled into a space that simply no longer existed. Pulled out of reality. And yet I could still hear her. Oh my God. Like, I figured she would die, I just didn't think it'd be so damn brutal. Can't even describe how frightened I was. All I could do was scream and take off running, away from there. Anywhere else was preferable. Did Yoshiki not hear the screams? Why am I going this way? Nana isn't this way. She's behind me. I need to go back. I need to save her. I need to save Nana. But I'm just getting farther and farther away from her. She's gone, Mayu. Mayu, she's gone. What do I say to Kishinuma and Shinozaki? We were just talking with her. And now, look what's happened. Her legs were torn right off. Right along the lines of those bruises. Uh-oh. Bruises. Nana was sliced up in the exact spots where she had those markings. And I have markings just like that on my stomach. But that doesn't mean anything, right? It's just a coincidence, right? No, Mayu.
やだ私こんな時まで自分の心配
What's wrong with me? Worrying about myself at a time like this?
だけど
But I can't help it. I opened my compact mirror and hesitantly brought it down to my abdomen, lifting my shirt, and loosening my skirt a bit to get a better look. I didn't have to look very hard. The color of the bruise on my abdomen had darkened significantly. It was far more pronounced now, practically pulsating in purplish red. It looked more like some kind of demented crest that had surfaced from deep inside my body.
嘘色が濃くなって
It's
なん
darker,
かはっきりしてきて
more clearly outlined, and looks bigger now
前
too.
よりも広がってきて
What is this?
これ
Why is it here? It's just a bruise, right?
ただのあざだよ
I'm sure it'll go away on its own over time. If I leave it be.
ほっといたらすぐに消えて
I just kept telling myself that it would go away on its own, like it was nothing. And I was starting to believe it. Feeling somewhat placated, I lifted the mirror up and prepared to shut it and put it away when I caught a quick glimpse of my face. I saw fear. I saw sadness. I saw defeat. But I also saw something else. No. At first I doubted my eyes. But I was seeing things. But I wasn't seeing things, nor was it a smudge on the mirror. It was another discolored bruise, just like the one on my abdomen. It was nowhere near as dark. But it was definitely there, and given enough time, it would probably get a lot darker. When did I get this?
違う何か汚れがくっついているだけだよ
Maybe it's just dirty. Maybe
ちょっ
I
とこ
just
すればす
need to wipe it off. I tried spit shining it away with my finger, but all that did was make it wet. And each time I pressed down on it, the surrounding skin would turn white, creating a greater contrast and making it stand out more. It wasn't going away. It wasn't going away. And if it just kept darkening, I might wind up like Nana.
ぐにやだ
Torn apart at the seams. I'm not even 50%. You're fine. For now.
鈴本どうかしたのか
Suzumoto, what's wrong?
なんか声聞こえた
I thought I heard you scream. No luck in
小笠
finding
原はまだ見つかんねえのか
Ogasawara?
心配ね
I don't
今からみんなで探し
like that at all. We'll help you search.
さん
Suzumoto?
来ちゃダメ
No, stay back. I took a step away from them, despite myself.
どうしたんだよ
What's going on? Please, just stay back. Nothing's going on, I swear.
何かあったのその鏡に何か
Something happened? Did you see something in your compact?
何もない何も映ってない
It's nothing. I didn't see anything. I'm fine. I couldn't let them see me like that. I didn't want them to see that hideous bruise.
おい鈴本
鈴本さん
Oh, Mayu.
どうしようどうしよ
What do I do? What do I do?
うまた逃げて
I'm
る
running again.
私
But where?
でも
Where am I going?
でもどこへあざを
I have to
消さなきゃ
get rid of this.
これを消さないと
If I don't... If I can't, then I...
私ナナちゃん
and I'll wind up like Nana. I hit my microphone again, whoops. I have to hurry. I have to find some way of making this go away. Ow. I had some concealer in my makeup bag. Maybe I could hide it. There we go. Can't see it at all now. All I have to do is get some sleep, and when I wake up, that bruise will be long gone. I know it will. Yeah. I was getting all worked up over nothing. It was just a little mark on my face after all. Probably the result of all the stress I've been feeling here. Once things calm down, it would go away for sure. Or maybe it might have been a mark from your face getting dragged across hundreds of feet of wood. Or a minor accident. Welcome back. I'm in the infirmary. Get out of the infirmary. You ran all the way down here? Oh, Mayu. I don't remember closing this door. It wouldn't open. And it wasn't like it was locked. Rather, it felt almost as if someone were holding it closed with superhuman strength. Suddenly I realized why. The door was wrapped multiple times over with thin black threads. How had I not noticed these a moment ago? Is this human hair? I looked at it a bit more closely and concluded, without question, that's exactly what it was. I felt an unpleasant heat radiating along my back muscles, across my entire spine. I was being watched. There was some sort of moist, lukewarm presence in the room with me, and slowly but surely I could sense it moving. Who's there? Who's behind me? I was too scared to turn around. This room. Uh-oh. There was a little girl wearing a red dress. Probably a first or second grader. Her skin was as pale as pottery, contrasting with her lacquer-like hair, and she looked somehow familiar. I gotta take another drink. This is the girl from the newspaper who survived the murders. But that can't be right. This happened over 30 years ago. This room is so lifeless. I know what it needs. A human autopsy model. I want to dissect a human. Oh, Mayu. Something was dripping onto the back of my hand. Are these tears? That's what I thought at first, anyway. If I'd started to cry, I wasn't aware, but Considering what I was going through, it wouldn't have been surprising in any way. I wonder just how much I'd cried since getting sealed up in this godforsaken place. Probably more than I'd ever cried in my entire life. But these weren't tears, were they? It was blood then? Was it blood then? Did these children do something to me? Sure enough, I reached up and touched my face, and my finger came in contact with something sticky. Something sticky and red. What did you do to me?
何も
We didn't do anything. Sachiko's answer was cold and disinterested, and came accompanied with a crooked, wry smile. She was just a child, yet one glance from her made every hair on my body stand on end.
鏡で見てみたらどう？少しだけ待っててあげる。
How about you take a look in the mirror? We'll wait. For just a little bit, though. Sachiko's face somehow made me feel as if there might be two sides to her, one gentle and one not. But regardless of which I was dealing with here, I wasn't about to go against her recommendation. I was legitimately curious myself. So I took out my compact, opened it, and... The bruise I'd concealed with makeup had sprung back to the surface once again, though it could hardly be called a bruise anymore. My skin had literally split open from inside, and blood was beginning to seep out through the pinkish fissure, bead by bead.
違わないお前だよ。
It's happening! That's all you!
抗わなければ一瞬でいけたのにね。だけど残念。お前はそのお腹の亀裂の通りに散って死ぬのはもう決まっているんだよ。
If you hadn't fought it, you might have been able to die quickly. But you are going to die. You are going to be torn open along those cracks on your belly. The bruise along my stomach and abdomen had followed suit, splitting open and dripping dark red blood everywhere. At this point, I completely lost any ability to think or reason. I was a goner and I knew it.
壁にぶつかって一瞬で死ぬよりも
What's worse than dying in an instant?
ゆっくりとした散り方で死になさい。
What's worse than dying in an instant by getting smashed against a wall? Getting slowly, carefully torn apart, that's what. Time to begin the autopsy, everyone! Yeah, I was a goner. I couldn't fight it. Somewhere deep in the pit of my soul, I knew there was no way out. This unimaginably cruel fate was predestined. I couldn't escape. Oh sure, I tried to run. I squirmed and resisted with every last bit of strength I had, but fate had me by the ankle, and it wasn't about to let go. If only I could force myself to lose consciousness, maybe I could avoid the unbearable agony that I knew was coming. But sadly, I wasn't that strong-willed. Oh! I could feel the hands of the children all over my body, coming from virtually every direction, and they were really digging.
was seized with a pain unlike anything I'd ever even imagined possible before. I couldn't talk, couldn't move, couldn't even think. It felt like my head was going to explode under the pressure of the millions of nerves, all telling my brain just how much every part of my body hurt. And it didn't stop. Every moment it grew worse and worse. Then I began to drift away.
Hi, その辺の廊下にでも飾っておこうか、この標本。学校がどんどん賑やかになっていくな。
Sachika's voice sounded like it was far in the distance. It was then that I realized the agony I'd been feeling had changed. It was no longer pain, but chill. I didn't hurt anymore. I was just cold. So cold that I couldn't even feel my body.
ものすごく寒いよ。しげに。もう指一本動かない。私が死んで惨めな死体になっても嫌いにならないでくれる。しげに。私ね。
My final wish is that Shig be the one to find my body. As long as it's not too revolting to look at anyway. I want him to think I'm pretty. I miss him. Shig, bro.
Okay. I knew Mayu had to die. But they fleshed her character out so much. In the first game, she just gets thrown against a wall and that's really all you hear from her. In this, you play as her for like 4.5 to 5 hours. Oh. None of the... Okay, hold on. Chapter 2 in Corpse Party 1 didn't end that badly. So far, every chapter has ended in absolute atrocity. Oh my god. There's new testimonies. I'm gonna look at them. That's the wrong window. Oh my god. Soulful testimonies. So I have... Yuichi. Oh, these are the voice actors' names. I was confused for a second. I'll listen to hers last.
皆さんお疲れ様でした。吉木役の中村祐一です。いやー、クリアをしたそうで、どうでしたか？一本道で行けましたか？それとも、いろんな人がいろんなことになっちゃうパターンを見たんでしょうか？もし見てなくてですね、すんなり、割とすんなりいけちゃったなっていう人はですね、やっぱり全部見てほしいよねっていうところがありますから、僕だけじゃありません。すべての、いや違うな。何人かはね、そんなに激しくやってないんですけどね、僕らなんかはね、割と激しめのシーン、ちょっとショッキングなね、シーンをたくさんやってるんでね、そういったところもぜひ含んで楽しんでいただければいいかななんて思っておりますんで、何度も遊んでみてもらえるかな？はい、どうもありがとうございます。
Maybe off stream. I will. Not on stream. It'll take way too fucking long.
コープスパーティーブックオブシャドウズをプレイしてくださった皆さん、どうもありがとうございます。
鈴本真由役の南里優香です。皆さんプレイしてみていかがでしたか？真由としても南里優香としても久しぶりに本当に背中
You actually had a proper role this time.
味わいました。
Instead of turning into a wall decoration.
何度もプレイして楽しんでくださいね。
Hers was short. First phonograph. Gallery of Spirits. Yeah, this is the gallery. Let's take a look here real quick. Those are chapter 1s. And these are chapter 2s. Delete to hide. Maybe delete is to hide the menu in-game as well. Ugh. So wait, no, she wasn't ripped off at her torso. Maybe her legs were smashed off with the hammer? I don't know. Let's take a closer look at this. God. Okay. That actually ended off at a perfect time, because I do need to get going. 3 hours exactly. Unlock status? No. This is the music player. Okay. Is there... Hold on, is there an emphasis on what bad endings I get? It doesn't seem to be. Because in the PC version, there's like stars counting what bad endings you got. But... I say the PC version. The Corpse Party... Blood Covered. I think that's the official name of it. That's the one I'm talking about. Well, that was it. That was a... that was a ride. I'm gonna look at a toad for a second. Thank you for watching. I just realized there's a thing. Like, there's some white shit on his legs. Not the kind of white... There's... It wasn't cropped properly. Lassoed out with the Photoshop tool. Thank you for watching. I have to get going now. I might be back tomorrow? I don't know, really. Depends on what happens. I know I said I wouldn't stream on Halloween, but... if I can find the time, I might do 2 or 3 hours. Better than not a stream, I guess. Yeah, I'll leave you off with some music here.